Meet Jonathan. He is an environmental toxicologist. Let's break down what that means. Environmental refers to the environment. A toxicologist is a scientist who studies toxic chemicals or substances. Toxic substances are things that are harmful and can make us sick. An environmental toxicologist learns about harmful things in our environment. As an environmental toxicologist, Jonathan specializes in toxic substances that are found in lakes and oceans. For example, he figures out how plastic or chemicals dumped into the ocean affect animals and plants who live there. Today, Jonathan is investigating a big problem. In Florida, thousands of fish, birds, and other ocean animals are getting sick. As an environmental toxicologist, Jonathan is in charge of figuring out whether there are toxic substances in the water that are making the animals sick. Being an environmental toxicologist is like being a detective. You have to look for clues. Jonathan decides to walk around the ocean and take notes on his iPad about what he sees. He wants to see if he can find any clues that could provide information about why animals are getting sick. Jonathan notices that the ocean water looks red. He decides to take a picture on his iPad and write down some notes about what the water looks like. Next, Jonathan FaceTimes with Marco, a marine biologist. A marine biologist is a scientist who learns about oceans and ocean animals. He tells Marco that he noticed that the water looked red. Marco explains that there has been a lot of red algae in the ocean recently, which is causing the ocean to have a red color. Jonathan thinks that the algae is causing the animals to get sick. He decides to take a sample of water so he can test it and confirm if there are any toxic substances in it. The tests show that the red algae is increasing toxic substances in the water. Jonathan FaceTimes Marco again to confirm that the algae is releasing toxic substances. Jonathan and Marco then discuss how the algae makes the toxins. Algae and all plants can make their own parts and substances by using carbon dioxide, a gas that's in the air, water, and sunlight. That means that the leaves and toxins can all be made using air, water, and light. Jonathan and Marco know that they need to find a way to stop more algae from growing in the future. They decide to set up another time to FaceTime so that they can brainstorm ideas. Now it's your turn to go on an adventure and be an environmental toxicologist.